Yo, YouTube, it's Tate Takes. We tapping back in, coming at you with another video. One I feel is very interesting. You know what I'm saying? You got OBJ talk about him going to join the Buffalo Bills, and Von Miller and Josh Allen and all them boys and all the talent that they got over there. If you ask me, it's kind of almost like a similar situation of him going when he went to the Rams. Like the Rams was already like loaded, and then you added OBJ, and it just like kind of put you over the top. Same thing with like Tampa. Tampa had a plethora of receivers, and then you added AB into the mix, and then it just made the offense super dynamic. When you gotta have your fucking third best cornerback guarding AB, it's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Even if he has to guard Godwin, or your third best corner guarding Godwin, or Mike Evans, whatever one you decide to pitch a third best cornerback on is going to get scorched. That's the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? And over there, you already got Stephon Diggs. You got I forget the other bull last year. He scored 4 touchdowns in the playoffs. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? That's because they was, keying in on Diggs, and Josh Allen and the Bills, they had an excellent game plan and adjustments in the game to, okay, if y'all going to double up on him and y'all going to put all your attention on him, then we're going to go to this guy because we're confident that he can fucking, produce and get 4 touchdowns and a huge playoff game. You know what I'm saying? It's such a shame that they wasn't able to end that the way that they wanted to, but I'm sure they're going to have a bunch of hunger this year and be ready to go all the way to the Super Bowl, and that's my pick for the, you know what I'm saying, for this year. I got Buffalo winning it all before OBJ. Without OBJ, I got him winning it all. So with OBJ coming in, even coming off an injury, he's going to make a huge impact for the team. And, man, it's going to just make them much more dynamic. And then, obviously you're not going to have to pay him that much money because, he's coming off an injury, which is very, it is a shame. You know what I'm saying? I felt very bad for OBJ in that moment when I seen him grab at his knee, and it was non-contact. It was a non-contact injury. So most of the times we know what that is. Most of the times it's like, exactly what it was. I think it was a torn ACL or meniscus, or, you know what I'm saying, Achilles if you're grabbing at the ankle. But the non-contact injuries is, most of the time the worst injuries because, you know what I'm saying, it's a ligament. You know what I mean? And it shuts you down for like a year. Thank God and thank our scientists and our doctors nowadays who are kind of speeding up the process when it comes to those type of injuries like the ACL and Achilles. You got guys coming back much sooner, and not only sooner, but they're coming back as the same player or not losing as much juice like they did back in the day. Back in the day, if you had an ACL tear or Achilles tear, you were done for the rest of your career, and that was just what it was. You understand what I'm saying? Until up until like once I seen Chris Paul do it. I think Chris Paul had tore his ACL or his meniscus, and then same thing with Russell Westbrook. He tore his ACL or meniscus. And those guys was able to get back, and once they got back, they didn't, tear again. And, obviously those guys definitely take care of their bodies, and that's probably why they was able to, sustain such a long career and be able to stay healthy and leave that injury as just a lone freak injury. But OBJ has had injury problems, definitely with his knees and with lower body injuries, and just injuries all over the place, man, because he's not that big of a guy. You understand what I'm saying? At receiver. But at the end of the day, man, I believe he can help the Bills. I believe he's still going to be a dynamic player. His only thing is he's going to have to stay healthy. I don't know. I mean, from what I understand, OBJ is a workaholic. You don't get that good without working your ass off. You understand what I'm saying? And obviously, he's a huge household name. Obviously, although they already got guys, putting butts in the seats, man, the fucking obviously he's going to sell a bunch of jerseys. He's going to bring you in a bunch of revenue, and bringing in OBJ, particularly for the Buffalo Bills, is no way he can hurt you. He can only help you. He can only help you. He showed that in LA, and if he could do that in LA, he could definitely do that in Buffalo. Believe me, he can do it in Buffalo. He's not. It's not like he never been in the cold weather. He played majority of his career in New York. He just got over to LA playing in nice weather, and it wasn't all that. Because what was it, in the middle of the season he came, so it wasn't like he's been there for a while, and you know what I mean. And he's so acclimated and used to the warm weather in LA. But what he did show you is he can play on a primetime team. He can play on a team that has a plethora of talent. And as long as you got as long as you got an elite quarterback, because he played with an elite quarterback last year, and if he goes to the Buffalo Bills this year, he'll be playing with an elite quarterback again. You know what I mean? And these would be the top two quarterbacks he ever played with. Both of them being better than Eli. I don't give a fuck about how many Super Bowls they got. I don't give a fuck about what their last name is. Bottom line is, the best quarterbacks he ever played with is going to be is definitely Matt Stafford at this very moment. And if he plays with Josh Allen, obviously Josh Allen would be, him and Josh Allen and Matt Stafford would be the top two. Man, that's my take on it. OBJ is only going to help the Buffalo Bills win a Super Bowl if they go and get him aggressively. Like I said, man, it's Tay Takes. We out of here. Let's get it. Ha!